So, for how many of you is this your first burning bowl experience? Wow, this is awesome. I'm so excited that, you chose to be with us today. And I definitely feel that this is by divine appointment that you came today. So thank you. Thank you for being with us. It's a really beautiful service, and I hope that you will join us next week as well. Sorry, I have to turn my fan off. Next week as well, because we're going to be doing our white stone ceremony, and it's beautiful to be able to follow up with this. We've never done these services on a Sunday morning before, but other Unity churches do them on Sunday mornings, and I thought this is really an opportunity to give so many more of you the experience of what the burning bowl and the white stone ceremony is. So, as we move into today, what we are looking at is, how many of us desire to just have a life that is really good? How many of us desire that? How many of us believe, really deeply believe that we really can experience a really great life in every area of our lives? Yeah. And yet what we find is that life happens, doesn't it? Yes. And I am a firm believer that, the experiences that we have in life, they bring things to the surface because they're just things that are ready to be healed. They're things that are just, to be looked at. They're not things to define us, especially in a negative way. They're never things to define us as anything that is a failure. I don't believe in failure. I believe in feedback. And we can always look at everything and know that it's simply feedback. But things that come up for us, they're there to be healed. How many of us have had the experience that something has come up and we're like, dang it, I thought that I already healed that. Anybody? And there it is again. But again, all it is, the opportunity to take a look and go, okay, I have a little bit more healing to do in that particular area. So we are going to talk about releasing some of those limiting thoughts and ideas, those things that we know, and we do know. That's the thing, is we do know what is standing in the way. We do know what is standing in the way. And today is about both releasing those things, and then after we do the burning bowl, you have an envelope with a piece of paper in it, a large piece of paper, and we're going to be writing a letter. And in this letter that we're going to write, we've always written Dear God letters, and the little shift I'm going to encourage us today is as we move into releasing whatever we feel that it is standing at, that something that's just we're ready to let go of. Okay, now, who is it that I'm choosing to be as I move into this new year? So I'm going to invite us to write this letter more from the perspective of I am, bringing that power forth in us. And writing a letter to ourselves. It's like our higher self is writing this letter and saying, this is who I am choosing to be in 2018. This is what I'm choosing to step into and to stand in and to live from. And so it's kind of a little bit of a shift on what we have written in the past, which if you want to write a Dear God letter, you can do that. The Dear God letters are thank you for, which is kind of the same thing. But I kind of wanted to encourage us to maybe make that little shift, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when the time comes. Okay, in Unity, we have what we call denials and affirmations. And what I want to say about a denial is that a denial does not mean that we bury our head in the sand and that we say this particular thing doesn't exist. A denial is that it doesn't have true power over us. So we may be diagnosed with an illness, and this is where it's important to embrace and to say, okay, this is where I'm at today. Be open to whatever guidance is there today. What is it that you need to do? But this is not a true power in my life. And I deny the power that this has to define my forward movement. So whatever it is in our lives. So when we're letting go, we're released. That's how we're releasing. We're denying that things have true power in our lives. I like the thought of creating a garden. You know, when we're creating a garden in the spring and the summer, we plant our, we make sure that the soil is good, and we choose the seeds, right? We choose what we're going to plant in our garden. Yes. Yeah, we don't just randomly plant. And then we nurture. We make sure that soil is good. We make sure that we're giving it whatever fertilizer it needs. It's getting the water, the right amount of sun, in order for whatever is there to grow and to be the best possible, whatever it is, flower, fruit, vegetable, whatever it is. And what we need to recognize is every day, you guys, we're creating the garden of our lives. And we're choosing every day what it is that we're planting in that garden. And we're also choosing what we're feeding. And it is so important for us to become awake and aware to that and choose what it is that we desire to experience. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes when we plant gardens, how many of us have weeds that show up? Yeah. And so sometimes we have to pull the weeds, right? And that's really kind of what today is about. That, okay, so I may be planting ideas of health and wholeness, and yet the weeds may be that I'm hearing things about whatever illness I have, and I may be starting to take those in as truth. And I may be hearing, that this is something you're going to have for the rest of your life or whatever. And so this is the letting go. This is where I'm releasing these thoughts and these ideas. Perhaps it has to do with relationship. Perhaps it has to do with job. Perhaps it has to do with abundance, whatever it is. We just want to be aware of what are the weeds that may be getting in there that are keeping our whatever we planted from being able to fully express. And we're just going to pull those and we're going to let them go today. So that's one way to look at the whole weed thing. Another way that I want us to look at the weed thing, though, is based on the parable that Jesus, our great master teacher, shares in Matthew 13:24, and it's called the parable of the wheat and the tares. And he said, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, an enemy has done this. The servant said to him, do you want us then to go and gather them up? Do you want us? Oh, but he said, no, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And at the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, first gather together the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. And so the movement for this one is that so many times in our life, you guys, we want to negate what has happened. We want to look at our life experience and segment it and say, this was really bad. And, and so the idea here for me is to recognize that in this parable, he's saying, you know what? Everything that has been in your life has been there for a greater purpose. And so embrace all of it. Embrace your entire life experience. When we look at our past and we are in blame, we are in resentment, we are in unforgiveness, when we ourselves are in guilt or shame, then we're really negating our life. And the reality is our life has been our life, right? I mean, we can't go back and change that. Everything that has happened up until now. But what we can do, just like he said, when they go to harvest it, then they're going to use it for greater good. They're going to take the tares, and they're going to use them for fuel. And so we can use the entire experience of our life up until this moment, and we can use it to fuel us to greater good in our lives. We always are at choice on how something is going to define us. And there really is always that fork in the road. And am I going to go down this fork where I'm a victim, or where I'm living in shame and guilt, or am I going to go down this part of the fork in the road where I'm going to be empowered and I recognize that I'm more because of it? So that's another way to look at weeding the garden of our life. And perhaps what we want to let go of today is anger and resentment, shame or guilt. Again, anything that is making us small. We were not created to be small. We were not created to be ordinary. We are created to be extraordinary beings. We are created to be agents of transformation in this life experience. That's what we are created to be. We are created literally to be the light. And so anything that is standing in the way of that, we are ready. Are we ready? Are we ready to release that? Yes, we are ready to release that and to let that light shine. I love the story of the phoenix. Yes, thank you, because I don't think mine's going to work on that. So there was only one phoenix at a time, and it lived for 500 years, and it laid no eggs, it had no young, and it was there when the world began. This is the story of the phoenix. It was the quintessential firebird. It was young and it was strong. And when it began to feel weak and old, it would build a nest out of twigs and cassia and frankincense. And that represents out of the beauty of spirit. And it would set it afire, and it would immolate itself in that fire, in those fragrant flames. But from this funeral pyre, miraculously sprang a new phoenix. And if you go on, Cindy. The new phoenix would embalm its predecessor's ashes in the egg of myrrh, and the egg of myrrh represents the eternality of spirit, and fly with the ashes to the city of Heliopolis, what is known as the city of the sun in Egypt. And there it would deposit them on the altar in the temple of the Egyptian god of the sun. And what this represents for me is that here we are today, and we've all had this life experience for as long as we have been here. And the opportunity that we have today is we are ready to take everything that has been in our life and to take it to the light. To take it to the light, taking it to the city of the sun. They're taking it. So we can take this to the light, and we can open ourselves up and ask Spirit, reveal to me if there is something that, again, is standing in the way. Reveal to me what that is. I am so ready. I am so ready to come out of this and really spread my wings and, again, be the next best version of who I have come here to be. But I love, because in the story, recognize that it takes its predecessor's ashes. So it takes all that was before, and it takes it to the light. Okay, so what do we release? Do we release people? Maybe. Do we release situations? Jobs? Maybe. So here's a list of some things that we might want to look at releasing in our lives. Things like fear and shame, guilt, remorse, regret, lack, unworthiness, sadness, depression, illness, unbelief, resentment, unforgiveness, disappointment, victim consciousness, smallness, neediness, active addiction, weakness, procrastination, worry, perfectionism, blame, negativity, jealousy. Anything else come for you that you're ready to release today? Any words that... All of the above. Yeah. Self-doubt, yes. Anything else come? So we, had put out earlier that we were going to have this service and to be thinking about perhaps what it is that you're ready to release. And what I want to invite you to do is to kind of set that aside for now and know that that may be what it is, but a lot of times that's our ego consciousness. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into a time of meditation. We're going to go into that sacred space within our own souls. And we're going to open up to what is it that is standing in the way of what God's idea is for me to be, of what that next thing is. What is God's idea of me expressing, and what is it that might be standing in the way of that? Now, in your envelope, you have a, did everybody, by the way, is there anybody who did not get an envelope? Could we get some of those? And I need one as well, please. And I need some of the flash paper because I'm going to show you guys what to do with this.
Yeah.
Okay, in your envelope, in your bigger paper, is this little piece of paper. Did everybody find this? This is called flash paper. This is magic paper. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that, yes, because, yeah, I'll keep one. Thank you. Yes. Here's the thing. You can write on this whatever it is that you want to release, or you don't have to write on it. Spirit knows. It's not necessary to write it down, but you can if you want to. The beautiful thing about fire is transformation. You think about, sometimes we feel so unfortunate that a forest has caught on fire, and yet that fire is what creates this amazing new life. So fire is transformation. And so that's the idea with this, is that, and really let yourself sink into the possibilities that exist with God. That sometimes we think it's not possible for us to let something go just like that. But what I want to tell you is that it is possible. And if we can really allow ourselves to sink into that place and live in that place of possibility and know that as I set this intention and as I come up and I light this, I'm going to show you so that, because it could freak you out. But that, yes, in this moment, I am letting this go, okay? So I'm going to show this to you, and I'm going to hold the candle up so hopefully most of you can see this. So it goes very quickly. All you have to do is light it. Very, yeah. Is that cool? That is cool. It's magic. Yeah. And that's the power of the transformation, the power of transformation. And again, I want to encourage you as you come up to do this, to allow yourself to really solidly stand in that, knowing that it is done, it is gone. I am a new creation in these moments. If you are not able to walk up here, please just raise your hand and an usher will come and bring yours up for you, or maybe somebody who's sitting around you will do that. Is there anybody who would like for somebody to bring theirs up? All right, then. All right. Mitch, you're so funny. Okay. So I'm going to lead us in a meditation. Whenever you feel like writing things down, if you're going to write them down, feel free to write them down. And once we get through the meditation, I'll invite you to come up, and we're going to sing a song called Pour Over Me, Holy Spirit. You can sing it, or you don't have to sing it. You can just allow yourself to be fed by the words. So I'm going to invite us, if you'd like, to close your eyes and just take in a couple of deep breaths. And in doing so, I'm going to invite you just for a moment to place your hand over your heart space. And begin to feel that you are literally breathing in and out through your heart. And then I'm going to invite you to focus on the middle of your forehead. This is what is commonly known as your third eye. This is a chakra. This is that space where that intuitive knowing, comes in through this space. And I'm going to invite you to focus on the very top of your head. This is your crown chakra. And as you focus on this crown chakra, feel it just opening up to the great mind, opening up to this Holy Spirit, the whole Spirit of God, opening up to your great friend, opening up to your entelechy, that part of you that knows what your encoding is, that knows what your greater purpose is each and every day. And however you would vision this, whether it just be that you can feel yourself in the allness of everything, or you feel almost like rays of light energy pouring in through your crown chakra, just see that moving in and through your third eye, the middle of your forehead, so that your intuition is being guided. It's being guided by this sacredness, this holiness. And then allow that to move down into your heart space, so that your heart is being informed. That it is being informed by the great I Am. We are here not to be ordinary beings, but we are here to be extraordinary. We are here to be agents of transformation on this planet, each in our own individual way. And this is not about some big, ginormous, gotta be out there in a big way in the world. This is about our individual expressions of light, where we are right now, in the dynamic of our families, our partnerships, our work environment, our neighborhoods, where we volunteer in our spiritual community and our communities at large. It is where we are as a retired person, perhaps as a teacher, as a stay-at-home mom, as a nurse, as a business owner, as a father or a mother, as a friend, as a neighbor. Recognizing that you matter. Your light matters. Here I am, God. And I am ready. I am ready. No more excuses. No more staying in victim consciousness. No more feelings of unworthiness or not enoughness. No more resentment or anger or unforgiveness or blame or shame or guilt. I am ready. I am ready to release whatever is standing in the way of the next step in the evolution of my soul. And I am ready truly to let it go. I open up my heart. I open up my mind to this greater mind. Speak to me. Reveal to me what is it that is standing in the way. And we'll just take some time just to be with that. When something comes up, just allow it to be. Trust it. Know that that is what is coming from your higher self, from source, from love. And whenever you feel ready, you can come up and release. And then you want to take a little paper or a little towel and wipe your hands off, please. And there's a trash can right beside. And we're going to sing Pour Over Me, Holy Spirit. Spirit, sure and let it go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. We are releasing, we are letting go. We are being made new. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Feel yourself, just feel yourself being cleansed. Feel yourself being set free. That whatever this is that you are letting go of, that it is gone from at the very cellular level of your being. Cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Feel how good it feels to let go. Feel yourself as though that is no longer a part of your being, that it has been obliterated, that you are made new. You are a new creation in these moments. Cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. God is doing a mighty work in you right now. Right now, feel that your heart is wide open. Feel that there has been this cleansing energy that has moved in and through you. And your heart and your mind are pure.
Going.
Do you guys want to do your thing? And comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. You guys want to go do it? Pour over me, Holy Spirit, cleanse my heart and comfort me. Pour over me, Holy Spirit, help me know how to let go. invite you just to do a nice audible sigh. Ah. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you from this moment forward. Stop telling the old story. You can no longer tell the old story because it is done. It is gone. And we're going to tell a new story now. And so, like I said, you have your envelopes. There's pens on the back of the chairs. And as you have let go of whatever it is that you have decided to let go of, who is it that you are choosing to be now in this new year? How is it that you are choosing to show up? Perhaps you were letting go of doubt, of worry. And so as you move into this new year, you are saying to yourself, hey, self, I am making the choice to anchor myself in trust, in the knowing that I am fully supported in every way. I am choosing to focus on faith. I am choosing to speak words of faith, to take actions in faith. This is who I am. This is who I am choosing to be. And so whatever it is that you have let go of, in the place of that, who is it that you are claiming for yourself in this coming new year? And just write that. I'm going to invite you. You have two options here. You can put your name and address on it, and also in the upper left corner, and bring it up and put it in the prayer bowl here, and we will mail those back to you. Or you can take it home with you if you want to keep it in a sacred space where it's a reminder to you. So whatever it is that you choose to do is totally up to you. It's kind of fun to get them back in the mail. We've done this for decades, and it's a pretty fun thing. So take some time to write your letter. And while you're coming up, we're going to sing This or Something Better. Feel free to sing along. Words will be on the screen.
1, 2, here we go.
This or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I'm gonna let go of control. This is a good one. I'm gonna get out of my way. I know the universe conspires to bring me heaven today. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is the key that will set my heart free. I'm tired of playing it small, of doing what I think I should. The universe stands up to meet me, to bring my highest form of good. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. Oh, this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I'm gonna say yes to my dreams. Let my imagination soar. I know that I have gifts that I must share. That is what I was put here for. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that, let's go back. Let's go back and do it again, because we still got people writing in. If you want to stand, and let's claim this for ourselves, okay?
1,
2,
3, here we go.
Here we go. This or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I'm gonna let go of control. I'm gonna get out of my way. I know the universe conspires, you know that, to bring me heaven today. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I'm tired of playing it small, of doing what I think I should. The universe stands up to meet me, and it does, to bring my highest form of good. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. Ready? Here we go. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. I know it, I claim it, I have it right. How's it feel? I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. I know it, I claim it, I have it right now. Oh, this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. I'm gonna say yes to my dreams. Say yes to your dreams. wings, let my imagination soar. I know that I have gifts that I must share. That is what I was put here for. I know that this or something better is waiting for me. I know that this or something better is a key that will set my heart free. Woohoo! Yeah! And you may be seated.